folks, and welcome to another episode of the Video Game Choo podcast. I'm your host, John. With me this week are two very good boys, two good friends, who are joining us on an excursion into the video game frontier. We're going to be blazing trails, we're going to be settling on some land. Michael.
Hello.
What's your settler name?
George McFly.
Alright, great. That's taken, but we're gonna let you do it anyway. Ryan.
Hey, hello.
What's your settler name?
Hash Smokies.
Wonderful.
What? Do you own a vape store, Hash?
No. Well, shucks, partner. I'm just an old prospector trying to make his living down here in the frontier with my smoked breakfast meats and my good hash browns. They call me Hash Smokies because I'm the man who invented Denny's. You heard of Denny's? That was me. That was me too.
Hash. I'm not gonna say that you're a liar. I would never say that to someone I just met.
Oh, sure.
Clearly is a weathered man of many years and who's filled with wisdom, but I have to say, it's hard to believe your story when you're wearing that flat-brimmed hat with a big pot leaf on it.
Well, back in Montana, my family used to have a saying, and it goes something like this: "Shut the fuck up."
Okay.
Yeehaw.
My frontier name is Cream Corn Johnson. Just to let you know.
Disgusting.
Yeehaw, everybody.
Disgusting.
I invented cream corn.
Fuck, I'm gonna go back in time. I'm gonna have a child who goes back in time and kills you because fuck cream corn.
Tell me, Creamed Corn Jackson, how did the cream corn come about? What exactly was the sequence of events that led to the creation of creamed corn?
What is the lore of cream corn?
Give us the mythology here.
The backstory.
Well, I had some corn, right? And
good start.
I was just
good start.
Here's what I was thinking. What if corn was like really watery and fucking disgusting? Then I started mashing that corn. I just beat the shit out of it. And then I just started putting water like in a bowl, and I put the corn in the bowl with the water. And I was just looking at it and I was like, this is just foul. I'm gonna sell this. And then for some reason people started buying it, and that's how it happened.
That was a little less,
you die an early death.
Yeah, that was a little less disgusting than I thought the origin story might be, but thank you.
Well, yeah, I'm going to die early because all I eat is cream corn, and it's just fucking rancid. Like my intestines are they try to absorb the cream and the corn, and it doesn't take. And I actually haven't had any nutrition in my body for 5 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just flies straight through me.
Who needs it, right? Who needs nutrition, vitamins? I have this wonderful oil that I will sell to you. It cures anything.
Really?
Anything.
Can it cure a broken heart?
Anything.
Wow.
I mean, alright, it can't cure a broken heart, but I can.
Can it cure the groin rot that Hash Smokies has working down here? It's just you go...
What have you been doing that your groin rotted out?
Listen, when you leave, a bunch of potatoes in the pantry for a long time, and they get kind of, soft and mushy, and they get those, huge black spots on them that start smelling real bad, and you stick your finger in it, and it just kind of sticks.
Hey guys, let's talk about video games.
That's what the whole area looks like down there.
Let's talk about the video games.
Absolutely not. No. Yeah, no, Michael, actually, maybe you do, or excuse me, what was your frontier name? I forget, whatever. Let's drop this, because I forgot everyone else's frontier name.
It's George McFly. It was not even a real, it's a memorable name.
I mean, maybe that's why I forgot, because I'm too busy thinking about bad food names instead of, like, Back to the Future. So, yes, it's just us three this week. We're going to be talking about some games and some news and some answer some questions, as we usually do. Because that's the podcast that you expect. That's the quality.
As per usual.
The quality that you expect from us three will be met, and hopefully we will overcome that obstacle and make you happy. So, Michael.
John.
What's been going on with you lately?
I am packing my bags.
That's right.
You want to hear? I can reach. I can.
That sure sounds like a bag.
It's a bag. It's got my clothes in it that are a little less neat.
Okay.
My shirts are askew.
Yeah, maybe after you're done, you can go ahead and refold them. Make sure that they're nice and neat.
No, they're t-shirts. Who gives a shit?
Well, you gotta make sure that there's enough room in there to bring back all your anime figures.
I will make a prediction. I will return with no anime figures.
Hey, you never know. There might be some, like, legit cool, like, mecha figures or something. Who knows? Don't count everything out.
Yeah, but I don't like every mech I see. I have discerning taste.
I know. I'm not saying that you like every single one. I'm just saying there's a chance that there's something cool.
I guess.
You know, well, either way, just to put it out there, I'm sure this will be out by the time we're either there or after we're there, but we're going to CEO Taku this weekend. Pretty excited about that. Michael, do you have anything to say about how you feel about CEO Taku?
Live from the Wyndham International in Orlando, 2 people will go to an anime fighting tournament, and 1 will die a horrible death. John, I've been playing a lot of Hitman. I know how to kill you.
Yeah. Whoever wins, we lose.
Fantastic.
No, if I win, everyone wins. No.
Are you sure?
If John wins, everyone loses.
Yeah, let's make sure that I don't win, because then my bloodlust will never be sated. But yeah, Michael, what do you expect from the festivities? Is there anything you're looking forward to? Is there anything that you're worried about, maybe?
I hear at this fighting game tournament there'll be fighting games. I look forward to the fighting games at this fighting game tournament.
Sure.
Good.
I don't know. I've never been to a fighting game tournament. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if it'll be thrilling and exciting for every hour we're there, or if I will be bored within 10 minutes and just be like, hey, let's go to the Popeyes. This hotel has a bar.
Hell
There's
yeah.
a pirate mini golf place near here. Stuff like that.
Y'all are just gonna hit all 3 of those places up at, like, the same time, right? Like, you start off at the Popeyes to get a full stomach, then you hit up the bar, and then you, like, do a pub crawl to the pirate mini golf.
I mean,
and that's like your whole Saturday night right there.
We could go to the Popeyes, eat, go to I think a Walgreens and a Wawa just opened on hotel property.
Wawa?
A Wawa. It's a gas station with a sandwich shop in it.
Yeah,
essentially.
I feel like
awesome.
I feel like I've done a bit about Wawa on this podcast before, but I can't remember.
Probably.
Listen,
and then go from there to like get some beers, and then smuggle them into the Pirates Cove mini golf, and just have fun.
Yep. It sounds like a plan to me. So. If any of y'all are in Florida this weekend and you see 2 drunk knuckleheads at the Pirates Cove mini golf, then
what? One drunk knucklehead.
That's every week in Florida. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There are 30 people here drunk and playing mini golf on this Saturday night. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
If you just see me going like, oh god, oh no, like just like impaled on the pirate somehow, like. That's how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna somehow fall from the heavens onto the pirate sword. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, for me, I went to last year's CEO Taku for like 3 hours. And it was fun enough, you know. I just kind of looked around.
Filling me with confidence. It was fun enough. I don't know.
I was there for the last final, finals for Guilty Gear, and it was kind of just wrapping up, so I didn't get the full experience. Plus, it was the first year, so it doesn't have the complete, full backing that a CEO event would normally have. But this seems to be a full-fledged event now. This was last year they were testing the waters. This year this is a full-on fighting game tournament event. Yeah. I don't know, I'm pretty excited. Either way, we're going to be hanging out for the weekend. Great. So,
yep. And I'll be here by myself, all alone, while y'all are buying hentai and anime figures. So, yeah.
I'm not buying any hentai, I promise.
That's a lie.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
We'll send you all the photos, Ryan.
Good. I'm ready. I'm ready to take that step for the site.
What step? The viewing John buying porn step?
Everyone gets those photos at some point. That's how you know you're truly trusted.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's about time.
Alright, well, is there anything else that you're prepared for, Michael, or would you just like to talk about games that you've been playing?
I'm prepared to kill you.
Okay.
Annihilate you.
Because you're playing
and
Hitman,
you.
Right?
Yeah, I've been playing the Hitman.
Tell us about it.
It's a game. It's a video game of the Hitman Persuasion. The long-standing history of Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
How many Hitman games have you two played?
I have put my hands on Hitman Absolution, but that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Ryan?
Have I played a Hitman game? I have a single Hitman game in my Steam library, which is Hitman Blood Money, that I have heard is pretty good, but I have yet to actually play it. So the answer then would be no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blood Money is... I mean, I don't know what the Hitman community says now, but Blood Money is generally regarded as the best.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. So
yeah, I've dabbled with Hitman games. I played, I don't know, half of Absolution and a couple levels in Blood Money. This one is by far my favorite, and it's everything. That's how it's structured, even the episodic nature of it. Even though I bought the full version. Mm-hmm. And Colorado, the 5th episode just came out, so I bought it and had 4 episodes ready to go. It's such a good game. So you can, the way the episodes are structured is every episode is a new map. Mm-hmm. And that new map has a story mode, or has a story mission, which is usually kill 1 or 2 people and maybe go off and do this other objective. Like the first map, I'm sure by now people have seen, or at least glimpsed it, is in Paris, and it's a fashion show in this big mansion. But the way that these maps are structured, where here is the AI person you are trying to kill, they have their routine. It will sometimes change depending on, did you fucking cause a huge explosion or shoot something or drop something and miss, and then they panic and they have to be put into lockdown. But in addition to their typical AI routines, there are these things called opportunities, and they are conversations that are overheard, items you find, and they are essentially crazy ways to either get access to a place or kill someone. And you can totally complete an opportunity and not, for instance, in the Paris one, you can overhear these 2 waiters talking about this specific drink that one of your targets likes. I think it's called the bare knuckle boxer or something. You overhear him. Okay, cool. He likes this specific drink, this recipe in the kitchen. Then they separate. You can sneak down, get one of the waiters, put on their disguise, look at the recipe, go upstairs, make the drink, and then that guy will come around and drink your drink. Yeah. But if you don't pick up rat poison and you don't poison it, it won't do anything. You just made him his favorite drink. You'll complete the opportunity, but you won't have done anything. Yeah. And you can poison him, but if poisoning doesn't kill them, it'll make them go to the bathroom. And then you can go run to the bathroom, wait for him. But if you don't wait for him, you might get caught by the bodyguard and not let in. So the opportunities aren't necessarily 100%. Do this opportunity, you will kill person X. It is usually like, and sometimes they're incredibly intricate, like create distraction over here, and then create a distraction over here, which will lead them into this room, which hopefully you're already in. And every time you complete an opportunity or you complete specific challenges, you level up in that level. And every time that level levels up, you unlock something, a new starting point. So instead of starting at the front gates, you'll start already hidden in the kitchen, or already behind the bar, or as a security guard somewhere. And that just makes it easier to do different things.
Yeah, so does this game, in that case, have a lot of replay value, you'd say? Or...
Totally.
Okay, yeah.
I've never wanted to... Whenever I completed a Hitman level before, it felt like I got away with something. And they would always see these like intricate things of like, oh, I see like the pieces of the puzzle, but because I don't know where the next piece is, because it's hidden behind something somewhere else, I don't know where it is, I would never find it. In this one, you can you have like a Hitman vision, kind of like a Batman detective vision, but you just turn it on and off. You can see where people are. You can see you can see through walls. You can see where your targets are. And you can see where items are, like interactive items. So you'll see something like, here are 2 sabers behind glass that you have to break. It's like, wait, what? What do I need these for? Like, you see the pieces well in advance. And if you don't, then the opportunity actually, you can turn this off, but it will put a little marker on in your vision. It's like, it's over here, idiot.
Yeah.
That game's great. Like, and it has its troubles, and like the AI is sometimes easy to fool, and sometimes it's a little tricky of like, wait, how did this guy see me put on this dude's clothes but not knock him out, even though I'm standing in the same spot? And like some of the trespassing, some of the minimap stuff isn't like great to like look at and just know instantly, like, oh, this little room here is trespassing, but if I walk 2 feet over here, I'm not. Like, some of it's a little hinky. Yeah. But overall, that game is just... And there's, like, contracts that let you replay the level, but they're different targets. So instead of the 2 main targets, it's, this security guard on the 3rd level and this waiter on the 1st level. You can make your own contracts by playing the game, and you mark a character. Like, I want to kill this person. And I think there's a way to put on specific items and use specific weapons so that whoever chooses to take your contract has to put on that same costume and use that same weapon. So, like, for the Paris one, there was a guy you had to kill, but you had to do it using a saber. The only way to get the saber was to break the glass, but the only way to hold the saber, because you couldn't, like, hide it, you had to wield it. The only way to do that and not be asked questions, or not to be looked at like, that man's carrying a sword, that's not good, was to dress up as a security guard. So I started as a stylist, broke the glass because that was near where the stylist was, walked away, got a security guard's outfit, came all the way back, picked up the saber, then walked casually around this fashion show with the saber, waited for this guy to, like, I actually flipped the coin so he walked in this one hallway, killed him, and then dragged him into a side room, put him in a bin, and then just walked out. There's stuff like, there's just stuff that's hidden. Like, you play the level and then you look at the feats. Like, I'm choosing to spoil the Paris one because it's the first one. But there's one thing in there that just says Vampire Masquerade. It's like, it's some sort of vampire outfit you find. I have no clue where it is. I've played that level several times. I don't know where that is.
Yeah. I'm glad that game turned out to be really good because, first of all, I was interested in that game when it was announced because I mean, maybe not when it was first announced, because, there was that whole weird thing like, oh, it's Hitman Online, and like, all that really vague initial marketing stuff that they did for it, where no one really knew what it was, but, and then there was like that beta footage that came out, and people said it looked bad, and like all this other stuff, but I had been looking forward to that game, because that is a franchise I've always wanted to kind of get into, I suppose. So I'm glad that turned out enjoyable. And from what you're saying, it sounds really good. So now you've kind of got me
great.
wanting to play this. So I guess I'll try to work through like Blood Money and see how that strikes me, and then decide if I want to buy that from there.
I would say, well, you can buy like the 3 tutorial levels and Paris for $15, and then I think each episode is a certain price. Or you can buy $60, which is everything, and then the last episode, which comes out I don't know when, soon.
Yeah, if I bought it, I'd just drop the $60 to get all of it. I think.
Yeah,
So.
I think it's worth it, but not knowing, I wonder if they have a demo, because the beta was the Paris level.
Yeah, I mean, I trust what you're saying, and like I trust my taste that I would enjoy it based on everything I know about this game, know about like myself and what you're saying and all that. So I think I'll play Blood Money and then just kind of see how I'm feeling after that, and see where things go, because I'm probably not going to be getting it anytime soon.
Sure.
But it's good to know that it's a good game for when I do eventually end up wanting to purchase it. So
it's great. It's so goofy, and like nothing feels too rigid. Like most of the time when you make a mistake, it's like, okay, I kind of think, you have to fiddle with the system sometimes, and that sucks. But
yeah,
you can make a save whenever you want. It takes a bit to like load in, and I'm playing on PS4, I'm not playing on PC. But it takes a bit to load in, and but it auto saves too. So you have like, so if everything goes like sour, it's not like, oh, I just wasted 30 minutes. It's oh, I wasted 30 minutes, but here's my last auto save in the right disguise I need to be in this location. It's all it's all good, and it rewards like exploration and patience, and kind of pushing the boundaries of that stuff. It's
sure.
Fantastic, and like every episode is goofy in its own way. Even I'd say everything but the latest episode's a little less goofy. Like the one before it was in Bangkok, and it was like a band is on the top floor, and you need to kill one of the band members and his lawyer. And you can dress up, you can pretend to be an indie rock drummer and play the drums for them, or I ended up poisoning the lawyer's bodyguard's water, and as he was throwing up the side of the railing, because I thought he'd run to the bathroom, as he was doing that, I just noticed there was like a wall between me and everyone else and the lawyer, so I just pulled out my son's pistol and killed them both. And as everyone rushes over to see, like, what's happening, I'm like walking around the other side, like, do, and they're like, oh, I don't know, who killed these two people?
Yeah.
It's like the goofiness, I feel like they finally realized we can't take away the goofiness of
absolutely.
Your friend who you were just talking to walked into this room and came out a bald-headed man, like who you've never seen before, and you're like, that's fine. Like it takes that and just says, oh well.
Yeah, I really appreciate that it's not afraid to be kind of fun with it, instead of being like, yeah, you're the hitman, like, oh,
yeah, like it doesn't take itself or the story or anything. And there's a story, and I think it's neat, but it's a Hitman story. Like if you played a Hitman game, you probably know the major beats of the story. So
yeah, I kind of know some stuff about Hitman, I guess. I know he's got like a barcode on his neck or something, and then there's probably stuff with that. I don't know.
The story doesn't matter. It's just such a silly and fun game. It's great.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm glad they were able to have fun with it.
Okay. Did you play anything else, Michael?
Tabletop Simulator.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We were both playing this.
Mm-hmm. You and I grabbed it for some dumb reason.
Because it's really dumb.
It's really dumb.
Oh.
I'm going to say it on this podcast so that we have to do it. We're going to make a video with that thing.
We need to.
God.
Oh my god. The amount of unlicensed, just fiddle faddle, just fucking.
I don't know. I mean, it's licensed, just not
some of it
through a lawyer and money.
The thing about that game is it's like, It's like a Mad Max wasteland of like bootlegs / semi-official / God knows what, like facsimiles of major brand named board games, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like watching y'all play Trivial Pursuit with like these card questions that are from 1985 was just really incredible, I have to say.
That game is special. I don't have much to say about it. That game is special.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing really to say other than just holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
We should play that after this podcast is done.
maybe. I was just gonna say, I hope whoever made that game listens to this episode specifically, so I can say, bless you for making the table flip button. Bless you. Oh my god.
It scares you every time I do it.
Yeah.
It does. It scares the shit out of me.
But that's it.
Anything else, Michael?
That's all I've been playing.
Okay. Ryan,
John!
what's been up with you lately?
What has been up with me lately? I've been busy with school stuff as normal, but I've also been doing some other things this last week. John, you know this because you were on it. We finally recorded the first new episode of my podcast in like 3 months, so
Yes.
that was really nice. What else have I been doing? I haven't really been doing a lot, but there has been some stuff that has happened to me that I wouldn't mind talking about really quickly here before I get into the games I have been playing. So,
Yes.
As y'all know, we are about 1 or 2 days away from the wonderful month of October. And as such, we are about 1 month away from everybody's favorite holiday, Halloween. So, my parents, I go here to university and all that, they send me, I guess, care packages. I mean, sometimes they'll just send me, like, stuff around the holidays and that sort of thing. They sent me a couple days ago. I got this in the mail, I think either yesterday or the day before. It would have had to have been yesterday. I got a Halloween care package from my parents, and we've still got a while to Halloween, but it was filled with a bunch of pumpkin spice stuff to sort of tide me through the month. And what? What,
Pumpkin
John?
spice stuff is gross.
You're wrong.
You're very wrong.
You're 100%
I don't like
wrong.
it.
But
I don't like it.
I'll tell y'all what I got so I can be a little more specific for John's sake here. There was a large sugar cookie shaped like a pumpkin.
Okay.
There were some Nutri-Grain bars that were like pumpkin flavored.
Okay.
There were some pumpkin spice toffee nuts in there that are really good.
Okay.
There was a thing of pumpkin JoJo's, which are like the Trader Joe's Oreo kind of thing, except they're much better than Oreos, so like cream cookies.
Wow.
And then finally, there was a set of pumpkin spice Twinkies in there too.
Oh.
So those are kind of gross, actually. Those are the ones that yeah.
I was thinking that Twinkies aren't that great. And
No.
add
That's like
a heavy spice to them.
yeah. That's like the one thing I will give to John on this front. But
All right.
I mean, they put pumpkin spice in too many things, but
yeah.
That's... Maybe I've just had like bad pumpkin spice things.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to like it, but there's something else in this box that was more important than all of the pumpkin spice flavored items combined. In this box, my parents had sent me a collection of items from a certain, shall we say, children's horror series that was very popular in the 90s. In this box...
Rugrats?
No, in this box was no less than 15 different Goosebumps books. So I think I may have talked on this podcast before about how I always wanted to rekindle my Goosebumps collection that was lost to time, but this last day, these last couple days, I have apparently done that by complete coincidence. Would y'all like me to read you some of the choice titles I have here?
Yeah, give us 15 just give us a handful.
All right, here's a quick handful. I have The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, a classic. I have Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, another classic. Egg Monsters from Mars. And my personal favorite, Why I'm Afraid of Bees, which features a picture on the front of a large bee and or wasp with a very surprised-looking child's head on it.
It's a really inventive title there.
The tagline for this Goosebumps novel is, "He's no ordinary human being."
Fuck you. Fuck off. Burn those pieces of shit. What the fuck?
Here's the first line. No. If you're afraid of bees, I have to warn you, there are a lot of bees in the story. In fact, there are hundreds. Up until last month, I was afraid of bees. And when you read this story, you'll see why.
Wait, it all started in July. Month.
It all
started.
Is
he not afraid of bees anymore?
Well, I assume that the twist at the end, this kind of like Citizen Kane Rosebud moment, is that he's no longer afraid of bees because he has become a bee by the end of the story.
So he's Jerry Seinfeld?
Yes, exactly. This is a cry for help, ghost-written by Jerry Seinfeld for R.L. Stein.
Jesus.
But, I'm glad to have, 15 of these books back in my life, sort of like the 10 Commandments of the children's horror universe, I guess. Like if Moses came down from the mountain and instead of having 2 stone tablets, he had 62, and all of them had a really shitty children's horror story written on them, and Moses was also a creepy middle-aged old man with heavy glasses and, warts all over his face. So that's kind of what I'm working with here. But that was my Tuesday, I guess, or my Wednesday, or whenever that was. I can't remember. That would have been yesterday, so that was been my Wednesday. But yeah, Goosebumps. There's something. Yeah,
they are something.
They are something.
Did you play any games, my friend?
Yes, I did, John. One of the games I played was Cluster Truck. I know I talked about that last week, but I have a article on the website up about that, a review. And I feel like that pretty much put my opinions on that game to bed. So I don't really know if I should talk about it any more in this podcast than I already have.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Everyone go check out that review.
Yeah, go check out the review, because it wasn't really that much different than the concerns I sort of addressed when I talked about it on the podcast last week. But I have been playing one other game that is actually a pretty good game.
Yes, which one?
I started playing Dead Rising 2, which...
Okay.
Yeah, I've had this game on Steam for a while. I think I bought it when it went on sale for $5 or $8 or something on a Steam sale a long time ago. I had tried playing it a little bit, but I had a lot of trouble on it with playing it on my keyboard with my mouse and keyboard. So I didn't really get that much further in it than the first bit where you go to the pharmacy and get the Zombrex, which is the very beginning of that game. Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, I guess this would have been last week, I rewatched George Romero's Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, which are both great movies. Dawn of the Dead, I think, deserves every bit of praise that it gets, but watching that, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm really hankering for more zombie-related media that takes place in a shopping mall. And I'm like, well, I don't have Dead Rising, but I do have Dead Rising 2, and that's basically the same sort of thing. And so I picked it up again now that I have my, USB controller for my PC, and that game's a lot of fun. It's John, I know you've been playing the first Dead Rising game at least a little bit,
I'll talk about that when I get to my turn.
Yeah, it was kind of this whole roundabout thing where you played Dead Rising, and I was like, oh, I should watch Dawn of the Dead. And I watched Dawn of the Dead, and I was like, oh, now I want to play Dead Rising. So it was like this whole thing, but Dead Rising 2 is a lot of fun. Some of that game is, like, really over the top in, like, exactly the right way. And then some of it's over the top in the way where I'm just like... like, I don't know whether I should think this is, like, hilarious or, like, terrible. You know, you've got that reporter character, like, every shot of her is, like, her lovingly rendered polygonal ass, like, from just, like, hanging out in front of the camera. And Chuck Green's like, oh, yeah, I bet you could get an exclusive. And it's like, please, this is not the experience I want from this game.
See, I never picked up any horny from Chuck Green.
Chuck isn't... See, I don't think Chuck is that horny, but I think everybody else in that game is a little bit horny for Chuck, if you will.
That's why I kind of thought it was funny, just because, the whole game, everyone's just, like, trying to get a rise from Chuck, and he's just like, I need to get my daughter some medicine. Please leave me alone.
That's fair, but... Some of those characters in the game, I'm like, I don't hate this, but it's like, yep, this sure is something.
You're right. You're right. Don't get me wrong. You're right. But,
I do think saying Chuck is the horny one is maybe a little bit of an overstatement here. But, anyway, that game's fun. It plays a lot better with a controller than it does with a mouse and keyboard, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
The one complaint I have about that game is that it feels a little bit slow in places, but that may just be because my computer can't run it, like, super, super well. Like, I don't think there's a button to dash in that game or anything.
There is not. No.
Yeah, there's no run button, which is unfortunate because it feels like it plays really slowly because of that.
As you level up, you'll get faster.
Okay, all right. I'm about at level like 6 right now. I'm not super far into the game. I'm like maybe like 2 hours into it, 2.5 maybe. I just did the part where you go pick up the reporter and then you come back and Sullivan or whatever his name is yelling at you because you got framed for the thing. But you know, that's a really fun game. It reminds me of a time when I didn't hate zombie related media because it hadn't been like completely played out yet. So you know, when everything wasn't completely oversaturated by zombie this, zombie that kind of thing. So it's a good game. I want to pick up the first one since they just remastered it for PS4. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's pretty much been all I've really been playing this week. I started The Final Station. That game's pretty good. Michael has talked about that previously. I don't really have anything to add to what he said about it, but it's pretty good. So that's been me this last week.
All right, thanks for the update there.
Yeah.
So as for moi, I did play some tabletop simulator with Michael. Talked about that. I've been playing the PS4 version of Dead Rising. You know, I'm not going to dwell too much on it because it's such an old game, but it's exactly how I remembered it. Like, I was just going straight into the motions, just like, oh, I remember exactly where this weapon is. I remember where this door is. I can kill the convicts like this. I'm fucking doing exactly what I want. Like, it's like, I'm like, just taking everything out, restarting exactly when I want to so I can get the levels. It feels so good. It's like, yeah, this is how you play.
Sure.
So, you know, I really love that game. I wanna do a video just because I kind of want to show what the graphics look like.
Yeah.
Some of the graphics are just like, oh my god. Like, it's super obvious that they just like ran this through a filter because like it's not like a reskin at all. The zombies look like absolute dog shit. I mean, they always did, but you know, that it was a launch 360 game, so you can understand that. But these days, it's like, okay, you know, I know you're upscaling this, but they look like a garbled mess. I will say though, the one lady that's in the safe room with you, I think her name's Jessie. She looks like she's having an allergic reaction because of the reskin. Like, her face is super swollen, and I don't remember it being like that on the 360. So it must be just some like weird, like, I don't know if it's a bug or just some like weird HD version of it. But I was just like, man, lady, it looks like you got stung.
There's something in the air and stuff.
She just looks like she got stung by a bee or something. It's not good. No. But still a good game.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's still my favorite one of those.
Yeah, I mean, Frank West and all that. You know me, can't stay away from a good Frank. So I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, if I were you, if I were you, I would just go ahead and get because you already have Dead Rising 2 on PC.
Yes.
Just get Dead Rising 1 and then get Off the Record.
Yeah.
Because that would probably be more interesting, because Off the Record is actually like a really substantial upgrade from Dead Rising 2.
Really?
Even though it only came out like a year later and it's still kind of the same game. Like, they don't change the missions that much, but the amount of like new cutscenes and new dialogue, and there's some new bosses and new areas, it's pretty impressive, all things considered.
Yeah.
So, take that for what you will.
I'll have to check that out. I never really knew what, Off the Record was. I always thought it was just like a DLC pack, but I guess it's like a whole separate reinterpretation.
It's kind of an expansion pack, in a sense. Yeah, it's like a reinterpretation. You just play as Frank, so... Yeah, if you want more Frank, there you go.
That's not out on PS4 yet, though, is it?
It should be. I don't know, maybe they're not selling it separately yet, because they might be like waiting to sell those separately, because
it may be bundled in with Dead Rising 2. Let me look. Or
maybe, because I just went out and bought a physical copy of Dead Rising 1 just because I was like, I love this game so much, I want a physical. But you're right, I didn't see
I can get Off the Record PS4 digital, so...
It might just be digital only then.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
All right. Yeah, whatevs.
Yeah.
But then finally, like right before we started recording, I finished Kirby Triple Deluxe. I had been like chipping at that game for ages, and I finally finished it. So now I have an excuse to go out and buy Robobot before the end of the year, because I have heard nothing but good things about Kirby Planet Robobot. So
Robobot. It's just fun to say. Kirby Planet Robobot.
Robobot. Ah. There we go. Now my mouth's all loosened up for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
But I hopefully I pick that up before the end of the year. I definitely want to give that game its due. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much been it. Just the same old. Let's move on to news, shall we?
Sure.
Ryan, how about you start with news this time?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that for y'all, my friends here on the website Video Game Choo Choo.
Thank you.
So, y'all remember earlier this year when...
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, news is over. Michael ruined it. He fucked it up.
I don't remember the earlier this year. What happened?
Well, there's this game that I know you played, and I know I played, I know John played, and I know Niall played too.
Doom?
Yes.
Well, yes, but also this little farming game called Stardew Valley.
The game of the year.
Yeah, but, so a lot of people who have been really big fans of this game have been waiting for a while for the developer. His name is, I forget what his name is. It's like Edward...
Concerned Ape.
Oh, yeah, but the dude has a real last name that I'm trying to remember.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone knows him as Concerned Ape. That's what he posts on the forums with. But anyway, this Wednesday, actually, the long-awaited version 1.01 of Stardew Valley went into beta testing. And if y'all want to go check this beta test out, you can go to Steam, hit Properties on Stardew Valley, click Betas, and you should just be able to select it and download it. But before you do that, let me tell you a tale of what exactly is coming in this update.
Lay it down for me, Hash.
Oh, hell yes. And just, Niall, can you put in like a record scratch noise like right here? Like, yo, listen up.
Oh, no, please don't. No. This is not an informative commercial about the internet from the 90s. No, do not rap.
Have y'all ever seen that Wendy's training video where they like sing like a song about the coffee?
Chili. Have you seen one about the chili? Like, oh, pour it up. If it's not all the way, it's fucking terrible.
It's so good. But anyway,
leave at least half an inch. Fucking.
Listen, this isn't about Wendy's chili. This is about Stardew Valley. First off,
fuck it. Then burn this podcast to the ground.
God.
Let's start at number 1 and make this about Wendy's chili.
Michael,
go ahead.
Please
go ahead.
First off, there's new marriage candidates in the game. Shane and Emily, which is respectively the really mopey kid and then the girl with the blue hair. You can marry them now, and it says they have new events and music. You can also now get divorced in Stardew Valley. So, if you want to do that for whatever reason, you can. The game now has 5 different farms that you can pick from when you create your character, which I think is kind of the coolest part about this. The first one is the standard Stardew Valley farm. The second one is a river farm that has water, which it says is good for fishing. There's a forest farm that has foraging opportunities and a unique weed that'll drop mixed seeds. Yeah! Hash
Mr.
Smokies.
Hash knows all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also the Hilltop Farm, which has a mineral deposit that spawns ores, and the Wilderness Farm that has bats and golems spawning at night, which sounds like my regular, like, everyday life. Up here, my castle surrounded by bats and golems. There are some new buildings, a couple new quests, new locations. There are some obelisks that function as permanent warp totems to the different locations. There is a cellar that you can get for your house. There's now an Iridium Star level, which is higher than the Gold Star. Some other stuff. There's coffee now. Honey, you can make mead. Void eggs can now make void mayonnaise, and there are also void salmon. Ew. You can color your treasure chest. Evil shrines will give you dark magic. You can put wallpaper in your house in the hallways. There's an upgrade to like the game within a game, etc., etc. Giving people gifts on their birthdays will no longer make your spouse jealous. And 2 of the NPCs now sell catalog items, which says that can be used for, quote, unlimited free access to all wallpapers and floors, and, quote, unlimited free access to nearly all furnitures. I don't quite know exactly what that means. Maybe you can, like, take it with you and, like, select stuff while you're at your house instead of talking to them. I doubt it will just, like, automatically spawn in furniture, because I don't think the game will let you do that, but, I don't know, maybe. There's also a lot of bug fixes. Wild plums are now labeled as fruit instead of being labeled as whatever they were beforehand. Slime charmer fix, typo fixes, etc., etc. So basically, there's just a lot of nitty-gritty upgrades and improvements that are coming to Stardew Valley with this 1.1 update. And like I said, it's not live yet, but the beta is accessible by pretty much anybody who wants to play it. So, I guess for some people like me, I could potentially just start a new game on that, because I really want to check out these 5 new farms that they have. And it's been so long since I've played that I don't really remember exactly what most of the mechanics are for that game, you know, even though it's just like point and click. You know what I mean. So that's
this is tempting me to try this game again. I haven't.
Oh yeah, no,
right.
absolutely.
You're the one who didn't like it.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan, but these new things sound like something that might draw me back in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should check it out. See what's what. Maybe I'm not saying like it's gonna like completely change your mind or anything. I don't know. Maybe you'll like see what there is to see this time around. I suppose I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Yeah. But, that's your Stardew Valley update for this forever, probably, because I doubt there'll be much more Stardew Valley news before the end of the year, but we'll see. So...
All right, Michael, would you like to share your bout of news?
Sure, I've got 2 news stories and they're businessy, so I'll just burn through them real quick.
All right.
Ubisoft, still independent somehow, decided to buy a couple things this week.
Did they buy themselves like a nice new bathrobe?
They bought $130 million worth of their own stock.
Oh, that can buy a lot of nice new bathrobes.
It can. So they're at about 15%, depending on the market you choose, Europe, North America, or Asia. I think they're higher in Europe and like 15 in North. I don't remember. And Vivendi is still sitting, depending on who you ask, because believe it or not, some people don't have consistent reporting about this stuff. Vivendi is sitting at either 20.1% or 22 something. And 30%, if Vivendi were to get 30%, that would trigger an automatic hostile takeover bid, which is how they got Gameloft.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft is protecting themselves. They're buying their own stock. That's what they said they would do about last year, but they're still plugging away. And they also bought a mobile company whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, but they are the company that makes 2048. So they bought the company that ripped off Threes.
Great.
Some people were very upset about that.
Yeah.
So, but they also had a meeting. It's just called the Annual General Meeting. I called it an investors meeting. It is called, no lie, that's the real name, the Annual General Meeting, which is a meeting for investors. It was thought that maybe this meeting would be the point at which Vivendi, because of the amount of shares that they have a right to ask for a board seat.
Yeah.
They thought that this might be the spot in which Vivendi, with the amount of the percentage they own, they would have the votes potentially to vote themselves onto the board.
Sure.
That didn't happen. They didn't come there and show up and say, hey, we want a board seat. I think Ubisoft added 2 new members to their board from themselves. And everyone else got reelected. It was actually Yves Guillemot, the founder and one of the Guillemot brothers, and CEO of Ubisoft, seemed pretty happy afterwards. I guess a lot of the people in attendance were very pro Ubisoft independence, so unless Vivendi can find a way to get to that magic 30%, it seems like that's the only way Vivendi will managed to take over Ubisoft, which, hey, they did it with Gameloft, and that was a Guillemot brother company. So, I don't know. It's weird. The reporting around this is really strange because sometimes, I'm not going to name names, because some publications do better than others one day and then do poor the next day. GameSpot has done really well, I will say. But I saw one major publication report this as if it was war. Like, using terms like Ubisoft is ready to battle. It's like no one showed up. Like, Vivendi didn't show up today. So, there were, like, I don't know what war you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this day was really quiet. Let's talk about the immense battle that happened. Like, oh, nothing happened.
Yeah.
So it's a little strange that people act that way.
Yeah.
And then in addition, let's talk about some more boring business stuff.
Hell yeah.
You remember Fig?
It's been quiet for a while about Fig.
They've been plugging away. They've been funding stuff and trying to fund stuff.
It's been relatively quiet, though.
Yeah.
Ever since that Jay and Silent Bob game, I haven't heard anything from them.
I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah. You don't remember that? Yes, that's a thing that exists.
I somehow managed to go most of my adult life without hearing about this. So thanks for bringing it to my attention.
It's only existed the past handful of months. So congratulations on not knowing something for most of your adult life that only existed this year.
You were still lucky. You were still lucky.
Fig is, for those who don't remember, was founded in part with Tim Schafer and a handful of other people. And Double Fine, I guess, kind of had a hand in it. I don't know. And the first big major project was Psychonauts 2. And Fig is just a crowdfunding sort of, but it's not like Kickstarter. It's, you can, before this news, before what happened today, you could typically give your money and get a reward back, much like Kickstarter or, insert name of crowdfunding website here.
Yeah.
But if you were an accredited lender, if you were an accredited investor, which means you have to go through this rigmarole, you could give whatever game company money, invest in their game, and you would get equity back, which essentially means you own part of that game. If that game makes money, you get a percentage of it back. That's the plain understanding of it. And Psychonauts 2 and another game, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, also wanted to take unaccredited investment, which meant you and I could invest, if we had a couple of thousands of dollars laying around, could invest money in Psychonauts 2 and have equity, actually own a share of it, not get a dinner with Tim Schafer and a digital copy of the soundtrack. We could get actual money back if that game makes money.
Yeah.
But to do that, the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission here in the United States, had to essentially review FIG and approve them. No other crowdfunding site or entity had, or at least for video games, had ever done this before. And today, FIG passed. So, fuck it, Kickstarter, go away, Indiegogo. FIG is the place to be if you want to invest in video games. That seems wise.
Sure.
But they now have to kind of go back and talk to the people who said that they would, who were unaccredited investors, and see if they're still willing to give their money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to see that FIG is kind of figuring that middle ground between legitimate investment, larger investments, and actual crowdfunding, like Kickstarter-esque crowdfunding. I think that's personally, I think that's a really specific spot to be in, like a middle ground between finding a publisher and like doing what Bloodstained has been doing, and like games like that where, hey, if we raise $200,000, we show these investors we're good for it. That's not the amount of money Bloodstained actually needs. It needs millions.
Yeah.
So, I think this is a smarter, more business savvy way and more upfront way of saying to consumers, if you give us money, we can, these other people will also give us money. Like, there's no, if you raise 200,000, these people give us 20 million. Like, no investors going into Bloodstained thinking, boy, if they can get 200,000, my 20 million safe. Like, that's not how that works. So
sure. Yeah.
I like that this is a little more honest with how the investment and the money is coming in. So, and that's it. That's the quick business minute.
Cool.
Thank you, Michael.
Cool.
As for the last bit of news that I have here, so you all remember Battleborn, unfortunately.
That game's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I never played it.
I like talking smack. I love to talk smack. It's always fun.
Yeah.
That game is not good, but that game gets an unnecessary rap as like this pile of trash that it's not.
Yeah.
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 Like
it's extremely mediocre.
Yeah, like Evolve was worse. Like Evolve was a smart idea, poorly executed. At least like Battleborn was polished a little bit better.
Sure.
Had a better idea wrapped around it.
So, earlier, Kotaku reported that Battleborn was going to go free to play. And this caused a huge tizzy where everyone was like, oh, finally, it's going free to play. Everyone was hooting and hollering about it. Then later on, Randy Pitchford and the rest of the Gearbox team had a stream where they came out and said, oh, no, Battleborn isn't going free to play. But we're going to put out a new version. Well, here, let me read the specific tweets.
Read that tweet, because that one tweet of his is poop. So go ahead. So here, I'm gonna read both tweets here. Yeah.
First one. I was just told about a reckless story about Battleborn going F2P tonight. That is false. There are no plans to convert Battleborn free to play. And then, just like a minute later, he tweets, We have some unannounced plans to do a trial version of the game that would be free, and from which retail can be purchased along with DLC.
Okay. First of all, Take-Two, parent company of 2K, said in an earnings call that they are disappointed in the sales of Battleborn and have considered to make it go free-to-play.
Yes.
They said this in an earnings call. The parent company. The people who own Randy Pitchford's company. So,
Yes.
reckless or not, your own company said it. Second, unannounced plans. You are CEO. You tweet. Those plans announced now. That's how that works.
Those are announced now.
You are making an announcement. You cannot announce something as unannounced as you are announcing it.
You can't unannounce this announcement.
Yeah.
Basically. That's like pouring Pepsi down your throat and going like, I'm not drinking a Pepsi yet. Like, yes, you are. You're guzzling it currently.
Yeah. So,
and finally,
yeah,
what the word vomit he describes at the end of that tweet is called, simply put, a demo.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Randy Pitchford. You're a great magician.
You played yourself.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to tell you what he described. He didn't describe a free-to-play game. He described a free-to-start game.
Right, which,
That's basically what it was. It's basically just a big demo where it explicitly cuts off at a point and says, now you need to buy this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
yeah.
Fuck him. Like, I normally am, when people are like, oh, I hate insert game developer here, I don't like that stuff, and I don't hate Randy Pitchford. I think he says really dumb things sometimes, and put this in that basket of really dumb things Randy Pitchford has said.
Yeah, that's a real dumb way to handle this. Like, I don't know.
It's like, let your PR handle it, my man. You're head of a huge company. You're a part of an even bigger company. They all have PR. Like, don't call reporters reckless. Like, you want to outmaneuver a reporter in a half a second? You release, tomorrow, release a press release announcing these plans in the correct, light, so it just doesn't sound like a free to start or demo, or people don't start using those terms, so that you've shown that reporter, whether they're right or not, as someone who can't be trusted, and you should trust your PR. That's what a business should want.
Yeah.
Just come out and be like, oh, we have nothing to announce this time, or something like that. The fact that he worded it the way he did. Yeah, or you could just say nothing. Yeah.
Just shut your mouth, my man.
Yeah, it's a
company that does these things. There's a community manager who is popping Xanax as we speak. Thanks to you.
God.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Stick to magic.
Yeah, I don't think he will. So let's move on to questions.
Wow, already?
Yes.
I mean, do you have another news story?
No. I just feel like we're kind of blasting through stuff today.
And you know what? I did actually remember another pretty big news story.
What?
I did. Let me pull it up because this is.
Are we
big
lucky
news.
that you remembered it?
Yeah, is this actual news, or is this news that's going to make me regret being on this podcast today kind of news?
It's actual news. I mean, it's a report, but it's actual news. It's another thing that Kotaku was reporting on.
Is it the Destiny stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Destiny might be coming to PC.
Can you let me fucking do it, you piece of shit?
What? You're the one who's bringing it up randomly and, vaguely.
I'm saying slow your fucking roll, because I'm trying to fucking pull it up on Kotaku's website, but it's hard to read it. Give me a second.
I read the news story. Why are you attacking me? Jesus, dude.
Because I was gonna do it.
Oh my god, please.
Alright, have fun. Holy shit.
Let me do it!
John has regressed.
Please, calm yourselves.
Okay. All right,
friends, Romans, countrymen.
I was calm. I was talking about video.
Be quiet.
Michael's gonna whoop my sorry ass tomorrow.
Yeah, you fucking yell at me for no reason like that.
Oh my god,
Jesus,
Michael,
take you out.
Michael, I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Fucking did.
Shush.
Okay, all right. So, yes, Michael was correct in saying that the.
Oh, really?
Michael was correct in saying that Destiny in the future will be coming to PC. According to sources that talk to Jason Schreier, as pretty much everyone seems to do, Destiny 2 will be coming to PC, and it will be somehow completely different than the original Destiny. This rumor first appeared on NeoGAF, a user who goes by Benny_A, just posted a semi-jokey post that was just like, my friend saw someone on a train and a plane talking about Destiny, blah, blah, blah. But then he was like, in all seriousness, I've heard that Destiny 2 is going to be on PC, and there's going to be raid matchmaking, and it's going to be really different. And so then Jason Schreier pops up on Kotaku and says, yeah, that's actually what I've been hearing too. But he also heard that the game is going to be so different that Bungie and Activision are still trying to figure out how to implement Destiny 1 characters into Destiny 2. Which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, that it's gonna be so different that they need to retool all this stuff. Bungie will at the very least offer something to allow you to, roll over your time spent on Destiny 1 into Destiny 2.
It's good.
And according to Mr. Schreier here, he claims that people connected to Bungie made comparisons to Diablo 2, which iterated on the first game in incredible ways, but didn't carry over characters or content from Diablo. A quote from someone who talked to him says, Destiny 2 is a completely different game. Taken King was a reboot for Destiny 1 to fix small things. This is an overhaul to fix big things.
Interesting.
And Benny also claimed that Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studios were helping with this game. Vicarious Visions are the people that work on Skylanders, and High Moon was the team that made those Transformers third-person shooters and the Deadpool game. So a lot of hands in this, a lot of chefs in this kitchen now.
Yeah, seems like it.
But seems like it needs it if it's going to be something so crazy. But yeah, Michael, I apologize for interrupting you. Moving on to questions.
Am I allowed to talk now? Am I allowed to speak?
Michael, I'm sorry.
Am I allowed to vocalize?
Michael, I'm very sorry.
You will perish. You will perish this weekend.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you both in the Florida emergency room blotter this weekend.
I will not be there. He will. It's okay.
Police reports.
Questions?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
All right, you can send questions to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go over to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ASK. That stands for ask.
Yes, it does.
That's how letters and words work. Mm-hmm. Our first question comes in from Anonymous. This one got over Twitter, I think. They ask, you know the mod Brutal Doom that makes Doom super gory? What video game would you make brutal?
That's a good question.
Those Barbie games.
What would I make brutal?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably have a good answer for this one.
You have a sick mind.
Yeah, thanks, but I actually don't really know is the thing. Like, okay, so what this would do is make the game kind of more difficult, but also more gory, basically.
Sure.
Oh, balls. Balls. I don't know. I actually don't know if I have an answer for this one, folks. I'm thinking some kind of first-person shooter, but, like, I'm thinking, like, BioShock, but that game's kind of, like, gory, but not, like, super gory already, and that really wouldn't do much for that game, I guess. I don't know. Imagine an alternate version of BioShock where it's, like, this Doom-ass, balls-to-the-wall first-person shooter with, like, zero plot, and the whole thing is going through, like, Rapture and just fucking shit up as, like, a big daddy. Like, BioShock 2, except brutal. I don't know. That'll be my answer, because I can't think of anything else, so...
My answer would be Street Fighter, And by that, I mean just finally make Street Fighter cross Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah. Sticking a spear through Ryo's face.
Yep.
Anonymous asks, what game do you wish had romance options? Those Barbie games.
Stop it, Jesus.
What? A man can live.
All right.
John, do you have an answer for this?
I gotta think of something that won't
Incriminate you.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the games that have romance options are the ones that, like, need them, and anything else just kind of makes it awkward.
Yeah, well, you're wrong, because I've never played this game, but my answer is Alien Isolation, so I would fuck the alien.
Moving on.
Alright, yeah, I don't have an answer for that one that's anywhere close to being as good as what Ryan said, so let's just move on.
Good.
Yeah, quotation marks.
Anonymous asks, I haven't heard any Assassin's Creed news recently. Do you think the potential Ubisoft buy-up is postponing any current game development by the company?
No.
To the answer to that last part, no.
Yeah,
They still have investors and they still want to make money.
They're not making Assassin's Creed because they're not doing it yearly anymore. They're fucking getting Watch Dogs 2 out right now. So
What's really weird is I saw there was a quote from the Ubisoft meeting right before it, where Yves Guillemot mentioned that Assassin's Creed and something else might not come out. I think Far Cry, yeah, might not come out next year, and that they wanted to make it right. And I saw so many people blasting them over it, like criticizing that. And we have come off year after year and year after year of Assassin's Creed where people complain about them coming out yearly. And now they may not come out in 2017 after taking time off to do it right, and they're getting criticized for doing that too. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
People are never satisfied.
No, they're not. Hopefully it comes out next year. That would be great, but I'd rather just play it when it's done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I? There I am. Horror Errors asks, after last week's Persona 5 discussion, I'm curious what everyone's history with the Shin Megami Tensei Megami Tensei franchise. Have you ever played a real... Is this misspelled on purpose?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever played a real Shin Megami Tensei game? Since I don't know what it is, no. And no to the first part.
Yeah, the only bit of those games I've ever played is like the first 4 or 5 hours of Persona 4. So it was a good game.
I'm in a similar boat. Yeah, I played all the way through Persona 4. I got like 3/4 of the way through Persona 3 Portable. And I want to try some of the other ones. I just, it's kind of hard to just get into those games, and they're really dense JRPGs, so it's kind of hard to just, when, we're trying to keep up with what's going on, like, currently, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to drop a bunch of hours into this when I gotta go play this game and this game and this game.
Yeah.
So, I do eventually, I want to try SMT4, because I heard that one's not super crazy. But, that's something that I'm gonna have to, like, look into and figure that out. I have friends who have, like, other SMT games, so, eventually I'll probably play the other ones. I do want to try the other ones. I'm not gonna be one of those, I'm not gonna be casual who just plays Persona. No. I did try Devil Survivor. That's the other one I tried. That's the DS one. I didn't like it. But I think I tried that a long time ago, so maybe I could try it again? I don't know. I don't really know which ones are, like, considered good or not. I know a lot of people talk about Strange Journey.
I've never heard of that one.
I don't fucking know.
Sure.
Next question, please.
Anonymous, asks, if you had a time machine set for the 1990s, that's pretty vague.
Yeah.
Which failed platforming mascot did you make successful?
Oh.
That Mario guy, he never fucking went anywhere.
Yeah. I have two answers for this one.
Sure.
First
If one of them isn't Alex Kidd, you're wrong.
I don't know who that is, I'm sorry.
Alex Kidd is from the 80s.
Yeah. The first one, I'd say, honest to God, not even trying to, make a joke right now, I would want Bubsy to be a more successful franchise, because I actually think Bubsy as, a character has a pretty, good design, and I think moving outside of, the whole Sonic ripoff thing, that franchise might have had potential, because that first game is bad, but it's not, so bad, it's, the worst thing ever. But, I don't know, I wanted to see a game with a Bobcat and, a shirt with a fucking exclamation mark on it that was, actually good. And the James Turrell retrospective Bubsy game does not count, because that's fan-made. But,
You're saying give Bubsy a chance.
Yes, yeah, well, in this parallel universe, maybe. But, Bubsy as a character, maybe give a chance. Bubsy as a game series, don't bother. But, my second answer for this is I would just go back in time and warn everybody about Sonic 06. Just be like, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. So,
just go buy a Super Nintendo. It's just, trust me on this one, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Choke that in the crib, if you will.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my answer for that.
John, you got one?
I would force everyone into liking Arrow the Acrobat, just because Arrow the Acrobat is so bad that if I want them to make more of them, and then everyone would have to like them, and it would be awful.
Oh, just like Sonic.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. I want Arrow the Acrobat to be the Sonic of the world.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Anonymous asks, has the Choo Choo Crew ever considered doing a Let's Play? It could be big for your channel, and the dynamic between John and that other guy is pretty great. Thanks. Thanks.
Other guy?
Thanks. I don't know. Who is the other guy? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. That other
Let's
guy.
see. We have
that other guy.
Everybody but two people on this website count as an other guy. So you're gonna have to be a little more specific.
That other guy. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe not that other guy he yells at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We've wanted to. We've been setting up some stuff here and there, but scheduling's hard. Editing video is difficult. People have jobs and life commitments and all that stuff. I feel like if we, this isn't us being like, come on everybody, we need to set up a fund drive. But if we figured out a way to make money on a consistent level, then a Let's Play would definitely be something that we could look into, because then it would be like, this is worth our time. We can fund this. We can have less hours at work if we're paying someone to edit the videos. It's something that we can figure out. But as the fact that we have made 70 cents ever since we put on the Project Wonderful ads. Yeah. That's not really something we can look into right now.
It's I wouldn't be adverse even to doing a one-person Let's Play, but at the same time, that's I don't think I'm funny enough to carry a one-person Let's Play. I'd have to have somebody else on with me. And the major conflict with that, with what John said, is that all of us on the site have pretty wildly different schedules most of the time. And so it's something that we're all working on, that I'm working on, but as of yet, it just still hasn't really materialized. So,
and I don't think, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I don't think any of us want to do just a Let's Play. Yeah. We want it to make sense and to be fun and to be funny. We could have easily by now sat down and played through all of, the game everyone plays through on Let's Plays. Everyone, let's do a Minecraft Let's Play, guys. That's not, everyone does that. Yeah. And you don't want to see that. Maybe you want to see us play it because whatever, but we don't want to just do that. That's too easy. Yeah. So we do stuff that we know we would like to watch. And we've tried stuff, it just never gets off the ground. And again, it's It's what John and Ryan just said. It's scheduling. It's, hey, I have one night off a week. Like, oh, I'm free these 3 nights. That's it.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. I can come up with some ideas. I'm sure.
Sure.
We will come back with video soon. We need to figure that out and sit down and actually talk about it. But like we said, like even John and I are leaving this weekend, so it's not exactly like something we can do at the drop of a hat. We'll figure it out. If you have suggestions or ideas, drop us a line.
Sure.
Say, hey, I want to see this.
And then we'll be like,
Nude photos of John. I want to see him.
Oh my god.
No.
Tube Humans asks, know any video games about stumps?
Animal Crossing.
I know.
Wow,
yes.
That is not the reaction I expected. Go ahead.
No, Animal Crossing, and I was going to say Woodcutter Simulator 2013, which that game blows. But hey, you didn't say good games about stumps, so.
John, any stumpy video games?
I mean, I said Animal Crossing.
That's right.
I was playing that Dragon Quest Builders demo earlier. I forgot to mention that, but there were some stumps in that. You can cut down. Well, you couldn't cut down trees, but eventually you can cut down trees, I guess.
Yeah, John, you played Picross last week. That's a game where you were stumped. Does that count?
Ha ha ha!
I'm glad this is the last question because that was terrible.
Come on, I'm trying to be a little bit genuine here. The least you can do is humor me.
Emphasis on a little bit genuine. Anonymous ends us off, and again, you can send questions that'll sound like these to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Anonymous finishes us off by asking, looking back from this year 2016, were any of the Fable games actually good?
I've never played a Fable game.
Me either.
Wow, what? I have played all of them.
Alright.
Including the one that will now never come out. I love those games. I recognize that they're weird, and I recognize that not all of them are perfect. Fable 3 probably is the closest, even though it has the biggest shortcomings, it was the closest to the right formula in terms of design. I still think Fable 2 is incredible. But also, you can look back at any game that's over a certain, that came out on the original Xbox and probably argue that none of them are good. Just because they're just old. So, I think all 3 of those games are worth playing. But if you just wanted to play one, play Fable 2 and just be done with it. And just fart and burp at people. You can do that. It's part of the game.
Alright. Well, thanks very much for letting everyone know about farting and burping in the game.
Anytime.
You can do that in most Wario-based games, too, so there's a little overlap there.
I'm gonna fart and burp all over you this weekend.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
Yep,
I'm
all
gonna
over him.
I'm gonna sound the kink alarm if you keep talking like this.
Alright, thanks so much for listening to this episode of the show.
Yep.
Got some reviews up on the site. There should be Niall's Persona 5 preview should be up by the time you're listening to this, so go check it out if you haven't.
Yep.
We got plenty of interesting news articles going up almost every day, so make sure that you check the site for more news, reviews, and features. And we'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. Good night, everybody.